I'm just mad about this girl, but she's gone and I'm mad at the world. I just laid a patch of rubber down the road about a quarter mile long, cause I'm all fired up, and lonesome.
It's Chris Gale. We are living in rarefied times. We're in a special zone this week because my Dragons, your Tigers, knocked off the two ladders of the NRL this week, didn't we?
The Titans at the top of the ladder, disposed of summarily to Stephen, and I think this is a phrase that occurred to me a long time ago, and I have put in a patent application for it.
Oh, no.
Rugby league was the winner.
Of course it wasn't. We were too. You were there. I wasn't there. We'll talk about that in a little while, I think we've got
What,
more
the fact that
things.
I would go to games and you don't?
Can I tell you about
By the way, can I say I met a friend of mine the other day who said, I applied for tickets at St George, at Wynn and Cochrane. They're fantastic tickets, and the club is really looking after me well.
Yeah, right.
So I think you've been blacklisted.
Something went very, very wrong with us. Suddenly I had no membership left anymore and no seat to sit in. Thanks very much.
No warm beer to drink and no cold
I spat the dummy. I did spit the dummy, yeah. Haven't been back since. Now, Chris, allegedly, I'll preface everything by saying allegedly, news organisation is knocking off journos. One by one, they are just knocking them off their perches, talking about knocking people off their perches. Are we going to get a call up soon to fill in the gap?
Look, they often talk about in the development of the game, like the 18th and 19th team. Is there enough playing talent?
Yes.
In the NRL, in the NRLW,
Spread thin.
In the NRLW, when they talk about expansion, is there enough talent
For television? You're saying?
Yeah. Are there enough elite referees?
Yes.
The single biggest talent drain and paucity of quality
is
journalists in rugby league.
And is this across the board? Like we're talking about Channel 9 as well as or just Fox?
We're talking about both organs, Stephen.
Both organs, yeah.
Yeah, and they're, can I say, dropping like flies, particularly over on the Murdoch side.
So I'm still waiting.
Yeah, well, it surprises me that the phone hasn't been ringing saying, we need you to get over here.
Yes.
We need you to get on one of these panel shows. You could do as well as the Pelicans we've currently got.
Pelicans, not the Dolphins. No, lovely animals. Now, allegedly, there's some stories floating around. Now, I'm not sure how much is fake news or whether it's just gleeful news that people are jumping on the graves of a couple of journos. And now suddenly, other journos look very special.
Yeah, I think the particular technical term you're looking for, Stephen, is Schadenfreude.
Schadenfreude. Right. Paul Kent.
Well, back in the news. I mean, by the way...
Back in the news. Who would have thought that? And aren't we happy?
Well, I'm not that happy because he just opened a podcast about 2 seconds ago and it gets many more views than we do.
So what's wrong with the world?
I don't understand it, but yeah.
How do you know these numbers anyway?
Well, there's a little thing called YouTube, Stephen.
And when you see numbers, do you?
It actually shows you numbers.
Okay, fair enough. Well, allegedly, he called a man Doghead. We know about this.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is the incident I guess it feels like a decade ago, but it was probably about 18 months ago outside or near Toddy's and the Three Weeds in Rozelle.
Yes.
That hotbed of activity.
Yes.
And, the various versions of who said what, but it ended up with Kenny tackling a tree and ending up upside down.
Tackling a tree? As this bloke says, he's the bloke who tackled the tree. That's what he's known as now.
Well, yeah.
Is that on the podcast?
I actually
Otherwise known as the man who tackled the tree?
I think if you go to Kenny's podcast, the tree is the logo. So there's a bit of self-awareness there.
He's found a funny bone, has he?
Isn't that the irony?
Right.
That you finally leave your major media position and you get a sense of humour.
So what's the podcast called, Chris?
We'd probably would we lose ours if we got a major media position? What's the podcast called?
Yeah.
I can't go anything more sophisticated than Kenty.
Kenty's tree.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Dogs run up to it? I don't know. Now, there was a bit of a discussion with Danny Weidler about this man. I don't know if he's casting aspersions or just trying to protect Kenty. Is Kenty his mate?
Weidler and Kenty, I don't think that they're particularly warm.
Right. Well, the guy got off everything, right? But it says on the night, it was said that you were calling him things, saying things to him. Did you? He goes, well, that's what he said. That's his side of events. If you want to watch the camera footage, I'm happy to share. He says, maybe 21 beers impacts your judgment and hearing. How's that for a thought and a life lesson?
Well, I don't know that the research is completely definitive on that. I think for certain people, 21 beers is a warm-up.
Just a starting point, yeah. Before you're on the sea to surf.
Some of those rugby union supporters I saw on the weekend, for example.
Yeah. And why did he call you Doghead? Because I remember Molly Milton being called Dogface by Iggy Pop. That was a great moment in television.
Was that when he was on Countdown?
Yeah, on Countdown.
Everyone remembers that performance of I'm Bored, of our ilk.
Yes, we
The
do.
highlight of it being that as Iggy went up and down the little runway that they'd put into the Countdown studios, the young females that were there would just like part like the Red Sea.
Yeah.
Normally they're trying to get to touch the star, but if you came near
Not
them,
with
they
Iggy.
just retreated. Yeah.
Yes. And why did he call you Doghead? Yeah, he called us many names. Doghead, you weak dogs. Now, we've discussed this ad nauseum. Why dogs?
Yeah, well, this is...
Why pick on dogs?
This is really a difficult conundrum to work out because you've got dogs are cute and fluffy and everyone wants one.
Gotcha, yeah.
And then Jamin Salmon is called a weak-gutted dog
Yes.
by Ricky Stewart.
Some leading exponent of the rugby league.
And there's nothing worse to do in rugby league than, and this might come up a little bit later, a dog act.
Yeah.
So it's a mixed metaphor. And I don't think Kenny was throwing bouquets at this particular gentleman.
No, and I guess it's a little window. You open up the curtain. It's a bit like the Wizard of Oz to find out what's behind Kenny's eyes, right? And see what's going on. And yet dogs come up.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You know, why dogs after 21 beers?
Well, look, I don't know what Paul's childhood was like, but we used to live next to an Afghan hound called Raki that had an incredibly loud bark. So I ended up sort of having a precursor fear, which was cemented when I was down in Hobart and we were...
Took his vocal cords out.
Yeah, we were being billeted. And as we came back from actually going out to see the West Indies play cricket, to another one of those made-up things like the British and Irish Lions, the West Indies. And we went back into the billet house and I was attacked by a Pyrenees mountain dog. I've still got the scars on my arm.
Wow.
And that sort of put me off dog for a few decades.
did, yes.
So
But
maybe
you-
Kenny had a bad
But,
run.
you know, when you get to 21 beers, I've never heard you call anybody a weak-gutted dog.
No, I generally go for cat.
No, okay, cat, yeah. And it says here, look, we can't understand what he was saying. He was drunk. It's scary how drunk and out of control he was.
Well,
So says the man who got off.
And he was actually let off this past week at Manly local court, which was interesting because the incident occurred at Rozelle. And further in the report, it goes on to reveal that he had to report at fairly regular intervals at a police station in Mascot.
Wow.
It just shows how pervasive rugby league in this city.
Of course.
You can commit an alleged offence in one suburb and be accountable across the greatest
Right
central
across.
business district
Does he have
and
to
beyond.
avoid certain areas?
He actually had to avoid Rozelle
Rozelle.
for that particular point of time, which, you know, is fair enough. I mean, it takes us back to Todd Carney, of course, who was run out of town by the local court down there in Goulburn.
Those were the days, Chris.
Oh, okay.
Those were the days. Now, also...
By the way, Stephen,
Yes.
doesn't that just resonate that this is now the stuff of our show?
Yeah.
That it's about the transgressions, alleged or otherwise, of
Atrocities, Chris.
of rugby league journalists.
Yes.
That the journalists like us
Yes. I don't
they lose their sense of purpose because rugby league players are so well behaved now. I know Josh Papali'i has got a little thing going on in local court.
But they're doing the job
Signal,
of rugby
but-
league players.
Yeah, they're doing the job of rugby league players.
Transgressing.
Transgressing.
Fantastic.
Keeping us going.
There's more, Chris. Shortly after police charges came to light, Fox Sports managing director Steve Court. Now, is there something in the water? Is there something in the air? Is it magnetic forces? Is it radiation? What is it? What's happening at Fox?
Look, Rupert Murdoch is quite heavily involved with the Fox Corporation.
Is he?
Yeah, and he's well known for liking people to express his point of view.
Yes. Okay.
And Murdoch has unlimited resources. We know he's part of whatever you want, QAnon, Deep State, Illuminati. Mind control, top of the...
Toe cutters?
Stone cutters.
Stone cutters?
So there's something in the water, something in the tea.
Yes.
At News Limited premises, Fox Sports, etc., etc. If you get the formulation slightly wrong,
Right.
things go south.
Right.
So I think this is part of the problem.
Managing director Steve Crawley, well, he's okay so far.
So far.
Confirmed that the chief rugby league reporter James Hooper would be leaving the NRL broadcast partner effective immediately. About 7:30 yesterday, police were called to Allen Street, like us, isn't he, Rozelle again?
I know.
What's the story there?
It's what do they call those
Inner West.
Things where all the latitudes and longitudes cross at some sort
Bermuda Triangle.
of... Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that's right. Well, we have the ice house up the road.
Oh, did you?
No, we do. No, we have that. The Falmouth Leagues Club.
Oh, the meth lab.
Meth lab.
The ice house. I was thinking the Australian Top 100 and, Ivan Davies did okay.
Hey, little girl.
Oh, I did miss Barnsley at the Logie.
It's so cold inside the ice house. Did you know that, Chris?
It's very cold. Well,
Very cold.
That's when they were flowers. Yeah. And I did miss Barnsley on the Logie. Some people thought he was not that easy to understand, but fantastic to see a working class man in the top 100.
Just, what's amazing about Barnsley, and we must give full credit to another Ferris, Rena Ferris, who does his PR.
Brilliant job too.
There's a never-ending cascade of things to talk about with Barnsley. It's another book. It's another TV show. It's a movie. It's a performance. It's incredible. It's an anniversary.
Well, Rena was the agency by which we got Don Walker on this show,
I
Stephen.
know.
So
And are we happy about that?
Let's shoot for the stars and go for Barnes.
Let's go for Barnsley. Yeah.
Okay, so the meth lab, yes.
Yes, the meth lab's in that same Bermuda Triangle, so to speak, of Leichhardt Roselle. So
Yes.
shit happens there.
Absolutely.
So this happened in Allen Street, allegedly. the New South Wales Police Centre
I'm
statement.
not sure it's allegedly.
No, I think it's real. Officers attached to Leichhardt Highway Patrol attended to find a Ford utility had collided with 3 parked cars before coming to a stop. I've witnessed that once in Keller Street where a driver went all the way around Keller Street, all around the corner, hitting virtually every single car on the way, and it's quite a sight to behold.
The great Buddy Franklin comes from a code you wouldn't be aware of.
No.
And a man with much to admire, but he had an incident down in Rose Bay with about 5 cars.
Right.
It's interesting, the phenomenon by which he hit one. Let's keep going.
Let's keep moving. Let's keep going forward. Get through the street, you know. He was a 47-year-old man was located nearby and allegedly returned a positive breath test before he was taken to Newtown Police Station, where he returned a breath analysis of 0.253. That's pretty big.
5 times over the legal limit.
Oh, 5
Stephen.
times.
And I'm a completist, and I don't want to make light of the situation. And I think we'll explore James's own self-awareness in this and where he might be going next. But I think if you're 5 times over the limit, you should hit 5 cars. It's just needed that way.
Yes. He says,
and no one was hurt. No one was in the
he's
cars.
dealing with personal issues,
that.
Chris. So we don't want to delve into that. We don't want to cast nasturtions
or aspersions.
He admitted that he was dealing with personal issues. I've left the game of rugby league. My employers, I've let down. I've left the game. My employers, my kids, my wife, down terribly. Clearly, I'm not handling the tough side of the job. What is the tough side of the job?
The fact that the rugby league players are no longer committing atrocities.
Yes,
and they feel that it's incumbent upon themselves to step up to the plate and get themselves into the media by committing said atrocities.
Yeah.
When he gave the apology, and we've often played the Brett Seymour apology on this program, and Terry Bull came up with a template by which players could just tick certain boxes.
Yes.
When he said he let down his employers, his kids, his family, no one took umbrage with that. A lot of people, including former star of the show, Brett Oaten, suggested that maybe the game of rugby league doesn't feel particularly let down by
No,
hoops.
it doesn't care.
No, not really.
Doesn't care. And then this is the great thing, because you've heard that old phrase about give yourself an uppercut.
Yes.
Hopefully this is the punch between the eyes that will set me straight, says James Hooper. And I say, is this still a Murdoch thing?
Yes, well, as I said, the chemical imbalance there is possibly
something's gone wrong. Was he last seen jumping on a car somewhere?
Well, again, that was
allegedly
several down at Bondi, possibly.
In his undies?
Possibly.
Possibly. Okay. Well, we reach out to you, James. We care.
We do, and there's always a home here for unemployed rugby league journalists. That's for sure.
And Jimmy Barnes.
And if we're talking music, Dennis Carnahan, who graced us with his presence.
He's been very quiet, hasn't he?
Incredible how he managed to be on.
He must be very busy right now.
I've been asking him for months to come on, and he decides to come on just before he plays one of our teams. And they get done. But he's penned a little ode to the one, the only Teddy.
Once again, we thank you too.
Yeah, we do. Teddy Tedesco.
Bing, 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 bing. Tedesco, and then he puts it a step, bing, bing, straight through over the 40, then he steps past another, bing, 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 and the human pinball scored 24. Plays out the back to Tedesco, bing, he got past one, the human pinball. Tedesco, bing, bing, bing.
Ever since I was a young boy, I watched rugby league football. From Sims to Gibbs to Whiten, I must have seen them all. But I ain't seen nothing like him, he's even better than Brendan Hall. That West Camden Rams kid is the human pinball.
He's in everything, he's that hard to tackle. And because he's got such good footwork, he slips between defenders.
He's just so hard to tackle, Ted's in everything. Bumping up defenders, he always slips between. He's got crazy fancy footwork, the tacklers always fall. That makes James Tedesco the human pinball.
Got past one, the human pinball, but now he's going, great leg drive, he's got strong hips.
He's a human pinball, he runs and turns and twists. A human pinball, such power through his hips.
Tedesco must be so fit.
How do you think he does? He's so fit, it's one thing that's no good. If Teddy has a problem, he can be a pest. He runs in arms a flapping, gives the referees no rest. But still he keeps on bouncing till the the opposition falls. That makes James Tedesco the human pinball.
And as much as I love Tedesco, he's an absolute pain in the bum to the referee.
He's a human pinball, he runs and turns and twists. A human pinball, such power through his hips.
Wasn't he one of yours, Chris?
He was one of ours.
When I say one of yours, West Tigers who traded you. Can you say that? Is that a word? Traded?
No, he took a contract elsewhere, courtesy of Isaac Moses. I was his player sponsor, Stephen.
I know, and he still did it to you.
But we parted on good terms, and I've been delighted about his future.
You don't miss him, though.
We miss him a little bit, but human pinball.
Yeah.
We will post on our Facebook page.
You got a photo?
A picture of Teddy's got solid buttocks, as Dennis opined there.
He was dacked.
He's dacked. And I think you said he's not so much a pinball machine as a
slot machine.
Slot machine.
He just puts it up and says, slot it. Put it right there, buddy. Put it right there.
Can I tell you, The Who, like, what a fantastic band. They kind of still are, but...
yeah, they've had their moments.
Yeah, but...
I just find them a little bit flippy-floppy.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I'd love to talk through the evolution of the Lifehouse project that predicted the internet but ended up as the rump of The Who's next album, but we haven't got time.
Not here, not now, not ever. Chris, the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
Now, Chris Minns had a bad weekend.
Chris
Minns, the Premier?
Yes.
He's a Bulldogs fan.
That's true.
And he put his foot down and said, they must win this weekend because I've got also a march on this weekend.
Yes.
And he lost on both counts.
Well, he did, Stephen. There was a big march on the Harbour Bridge actually during the game. So that was the issue, right? He didn't know politically
He didn't turn up, did he?
Where he would be best seen.
No. I know Julian Assange turned up, and he's a Dragon supporter. And
Is he?
Yeah. Clover Moore turned up.
Which embassy was he in? It wasn't the Ukrainian embassy. What was it?
Yes, which one was it?
It was Uruguay? I can't recall.
Uruguay, I think. I think you're right. South American, you're right.
Would that have held him over all those years, watching tapes of the Dragons play or something?
Yeah, even when they're late. God, where's my coffee and my St. George tape? And Bob Carr, of course, also Dragon supporter.
I saw Bob Carr.
Yeah.
I saw him on the news because I was at Dogs v Tigers.
Yes.
And and very, very interesting, very nuanced political issues going on there. And the only slight concern I got about the march being on the Sydney Harbour Bridge, Stephen, is we have put an application for our end of season march.
Is it about music?
First of all, it'll be about game day music. That's the main thing we'll be marching against.
How many reckon we'll get to march in that one when DJ Otzi, Hey Baby, gets banned? We want it banned. I reckon, at least 50,000, 60,000.
I think so. I mean, in fact, the DJ Johnny, I think, is in evidence out at Combank Stadium on the weekend. Got to DJ Otzi, not when the Tigers scored a try, but when the game was being resumed.
So inappropriately used.
Really inappropriately used.
Inappropriate song, inappropriately used. Yeah. What about John Denver? We're going to march for that?
He played a techno version.
A techno version?
Oh, thank God I'm a country boy. We'll also be marching about big club theory, which we'll explore in a moment. We'll also be marching in support of the People's Champions, Michael Shamus and Shane Richardson.
Right.
And we'll also be marching against the incursion of the Chinese Communist
Party.
And
any Journo News Limited.
And any Journo News Limited.
Man, our heart goes out to you.
And now I feel that there's got to be... It's a little bit like coaches' sprays. Yeah. You can only get away with about 3 or 4 a year. Yes. I don't know if we'll get the application approved to march on the Harbour Bridge.
He's made it harder.
Well, we might have to move to a...
It's not a free-for-all, Chris.
We might have to move to a smaller bridge. Maybe the one at the Spit.
Pyrmont.
Yeah, and if we get that wrong at the Spit and they actually open it while we're actually on...
Hey, baby. Ooh,
wow.
As they fall over the edge. Yeah, right.
In the middle harbour.
So, listen, Chris, I just thought it was interesting timing that how many people? They say 90, but really it was more than that. It's a lot more than that. A couple 100,000 probably.
There were plenty of people there.
A lot of people there. And they were marching in honour of what we consider to be a very beleaguered Middle Eastern nation. Yes. Or not even a nation, is it? It doesn't have nation statehood. No, Palestine. There was a solid sort of stand up for the rights of this Arab nation, if I could say it in so blunt terms. At the same time, your team, the West Tigers, decided to use an inappropriate gesture against Canterbury Bankstown fans, which apparently have a lot of Middle Eastern fans. Is there something wrong with that picture?
Well, this is...
What can you say about that, Chris?
Okay, this is... I think I used the word nuance before, Stephen.
It requires that, doesn't it?
And the first thing that needs to be remembered, if you are looking at the generalisations about the fan bases of certain clubs...
Yes.
The Tigers have a number of players who are rooted
Persian background.
of Lebanese background.
Yeah, that's right.
You've got Adam Doohy, as long as he stays with us. You've got
Yes.
Alex Twal and Tony Sukar, of course.
I know. So they understand each other's nuances.
So there are cultural exchanges all the time in modern rugby league clubs, learning about each other's cultures. And banter is a thing in rugby league, Stephen. Yeah. You're obviously referring to the khawd, the hood, or the khawd? The khawd.
Yes.
Which is...
it looks like who's the guy on Matty Johnson's show with the bent finger?
Yeah, Brian Fletcher.
Brian Fletcher.
Yeah.
And that actor, Bill Nye. Yeah. Looks like him too.
So it involves the palm out standard with the middle finger curled rather
don't do it to me, please.
Rather than other four fingers folded and one finger upright.
Surely it's petrol on fire.
Yeah, it's giving people the Middle Eastern finger.
The Middle Eastern finger.
How you would describe it.
So the Bulldogs have asked the NRL Integrity Unit to look... bit precious, are they? To look into the behaviour of a number of Tigers players following the last try to Samuela. Whanu?
Yeah, which sealed the game off, let's face it, a forward pass from Jerome Luai, but we'll take it. And they gestured to a visible section of Combat Stadium with Bulldogs fans. Yeah. Now, you do catch some vision of some of the Bulldogs fans returning the gesture or making the gesture. The unfortunate thing were that kiddies were crying, Stephen. Yeah. And I'm the first to say that my experience of the Bulldogs fan base, as is in an article in the Astonisher today from a journalist saying how wonderful Bulldogs fans are and Tigers are trash and their culture is completely fallen
apart. Except
apart.
when they honk those horns.
Yeah, I think the Bulldogs support over the decades is without blemish.
Yeah.
And
really, this is a comment on Gus Gould, isn't it? And Ciraldo, because our club, he keeps saying, he's only been there how long?
2 years, 3 years.
Just a newbie.
Well, you could go through, or Doohy offered his services to the Bulldogs, turned down. Yeah. Luai was going to go there, decided to go to the Tigers. Right. I think Ciraldo was interviewed by
Gus Gould,
by Justin Pascoe.
So some bad blood is there.
And Lee Hadjipatelis, and then knocked them back despite the Stockholm syndrome he was experiencing.
Yes.
And then, of course, you've had the recent issues between Lockie Galvin and the Tigers.
The Galvinator.
Brent Naden, former Bulldog, who sent a playful video with khawd to...
Instagram, tweet?
Just sent a video to a mate with the khawd saying, dogs, Michael Luck and dogs. Yeah. And some friend posted that on social media. Yeah, right. So it's, again, as I said, nuance.
Yeah.
So I think you can talk to people who are legitimately able to comment about the gesture, and they're split down the middle. It's either just take that on your bike, that sort of thing, or it also means get Michael Lucked.
What about flipping the bird?
It is
whatever the hell that means.
Flipping the bird.
Yeah. What does that mean? Where did that come from? What's the historical, the nuances of that phrase?
Well, I mean, we actually have some audio and music that helps us explain the derivation of flipping the bird, Steve.
All right.
Well, look, if you just want to let this guy know you're not going to take his shit anymore, just flip him the bird. Yeah?
Right.
If you need a comeback, but you can't think of something, flip him the bird.
Yeah, okay.
That's it. That's all you got to do.
Okay. What is the bird? What's that?
That's the bird.
Well, that bird doesn't have any wings. It's only got one leg.
I keep my fist raised up, full time against the world. Sometimes for the family and sometimes for the girl. Yeah, you think I learned my lesson. I'm a man who's been around, but I could never keep that middle finger down. Well, I'm still hanging on, and I think God takes care of fools. I broke a lot of hearts, and I broke a lot of rules. Yet somehow I survived with a bit of dummy luck. But I could never keep that finger from sticking up. I could never keep my life from burning to the ground. You think I learned my lesson? I'm a man who's been around, but I can never keep that middle finger down.
Chris, there's something about that whole segment there about the West Tigers flipping the bird or the Persian bird. Everybody's heard about the bird, and I think you raced through that. You nuanced it to the max.
Well, can't we just
I
get a
think
win?
response-
Can't we just have a win?
Well, that's what we were hoping too, Chris. You mucked it up. You had your win, and then you went and dragged yourself back to the mud again.
They had to find something. By the way, you talk about songs about the bird. How good is the bird by the time? I love that song.
Now, Chris, you've heard of sensitivity training in workplace environments?
I've heard of it. I've never accepted.
Cultural
I've lost a
sensitivity.
number of jobs by refusing to undertake it.
Cultural,
Yes.
emotional intelligence, bullying or the anti-harassment, consciousness of stereotypes, sexism and gender equality, avoiding ageism, diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging. I don't know that applies to your West Tigers. Do you think you need a bit of a training session?
Sounds like Donald Trump's fantasy date. What you just
It does, doesn't it?
spelled out there.
Now Melbourne, right?
Yes.
Now they need some work too, because apparently they canned an Indigenous welcome to country ceremony months back. Why?
Anzac Day. The
Anzac Day, that's right.
Because they played the night game.
And that upset, obviously, the tribal elders and below to a point where, I think they were told on the day.
Yeah, I think if I can remember, it was Auntie Joy was going to deliver the ceremony and was...
Auntie Joy Murphy, that's correct, yes.
Tapped on the shoulder.
Very
and
upset.
said, not today.
Now, advanced stooge and co-founder and current director of Melbourne Storm, Brett Ralph. Ralph. He said sorry, or the club said sorry.
Eventually. So murky, isn't it, Melbourne? We know all the issues with double sets of books and garages with speedboats and things like that. But
weird tacklings and, nonsense,
Yeah, but so he's... And I think he's near the partner of the woman who's been commissioned to do the inquiry into anti-Semitism, or is that just my imagination?
Oh, the special envoy?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's complicated.
So when I say Advance were a lobbying group that had money invested into the, I think, far right.
Given that there's a lot of loony lefties listening to the show, Stephen, we'll just say it's the right-wing version of Get Up.
Right.
That should make sense.
Gee, you're really treading carefully today, aren't you? So anyway, then apparently Senator Briggs, hip hop, said, no, don't buy it. Not for me, buddy. I'm not coming back there for a while. Because he's a Melbourne Storm supporter. What the hell?
I'm big on Briggs because one of his tunes was adopted by the NRL very successfully. AB Original, great hip-hop duo that he's part of.
It's not enough for him.
No.
He wants more. So we there's more to the story.
More to the story?
Yeah.
What have you got?
It's coming. It's coming.
But no, they're going to do...
No one's throwing anybody on a tree, Chris.
Because it's Indigenous round.
Yeah.
And the Tigers got the bye and giving all the issues last weekend. Probably best that they stay out of this for a while. Okay. And the Storm are looking to make good. I mean, I don't want to get political, Stephen. I never do.
No.
But are we really confused from the difference between people interpreting this ceremony as saying, oh, you're welcome to our country, to just saying you're welcome here? Like, it's such
We're all welcome.
Yeah, like
it's a gesture.
It's
a nice gesture.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's now part of the ceremony, part of the ritual. If you want to get upset about that, you're probably upset about the behaviour of News Limited journalists.
That's true. But they're going.
One by one. Quickly.
What's that? Dean bottles sitting on the wall, one by one. Hey, Chris, talking about storm trouble. The whole game was in trouble with storms on the weekend, so much rain around the country.
Well, the NRLW, did you catch any of Magic Round?
I did.
They were
swimming.
It was underwater. It really was. Yeah. It was quite the deluge.
And I'll tell you what was happening.
Can I say? It was biblical.
Biblical in stature.
What section of the Bible is that in, by the way? Is that Noah, I guess?
Yeah, parting the Red Sea. Who knows?
That would have been a nice thing if they were able to be nimble enough to sort of have got an inflatable ark, and at the opening ceremony after the acknowledgement of country was all the NRLW captains emerge from the ark and get the tournament going.
And who plays God? Morgan Freeman?
No, we know who plays God, and his name is Peter Volandis.
Right, okay. Now, you may have noticed then it was a huge win. Great win by St George Illawarra Dragons, or the Saints as I call them.
It really passed me by.
Did it just?
Yes.
Did you not notice the windsock was in trouble?
Was it...
down at Wollongong?
Was it limp or horizontal?
It was blown off completely.
Oh, really?
Oh,
wow.
Yeah. But that didn't stop young Flanagan kicking the goals correctly and causing all sorts of havoc to... whereabouts are the Raiders, Chris?
Right near the top of the table, Steve.
Right. Are they still
on top of the table?
On top of the... And who beat them?
St George Illawarra Dragons.
Just as we nearly did with most teams this year.
But there was...
We're that far off, Chris.
But we've got like Galvin Gate, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know if you caught Lockie and Jerome having a conversation, a smile and a hug at the end of the game.
Yes.
I'm a lip reader.
Yeah.
And they're going, okay, now you make out like I like you and you like me and we're having a friendly conversation.
And this has to
now
do
we're
with
going to
the
reach
Saints
in for the
because-
hug and keep smiling and now see you later, get stuff.
Right.
That was how it went.
Yeah.
Lots of news out of that game. Lots of news out of other games.
Yes.
Nothing out of yours.
Nothing.
Zero.
We knocked the top of the ladder off and nothing, no reports whatsoever.
Though I heard Moses Sawley was great, and I love Moses Sawley, and you do well when
Yeah.
Moses does well.
Anyway.
And Moses could have been there to part the sea up at McDonald Jones Stadium.
Now, of course, everybody's talking about who's coming back, who's going to take over the competition now. How many in a row for Penrith Panthers?
Is it 8?
Is it 8, that many?
Is it 8? I think
Is
it's
it
8.
Is it 8? Producer?
Yeah. Feels
7,
like
8?
7, 8.
It's a lot.
It's a
Everyone's
lot.
worried. They look like they were well ahead, and then they fell apart, and suddenly it's a 2-point game.
They are 1 point. Oh, you're talking about the Titans game. First of all, well done on you mentioning their winning streak without going, and they were on the bottom of the ladder because everyone feels compelled to mention that.
Yes.
They blew a 24-point lead against the Gold Coast Titans.
How do you do that? Against Desi's mom.
Quickly.
Quickly, very. Yeah.
Turn the ball over.
Yeah.
Lose your way.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
so I think Phyllis Sami goes in, having previously and egregiously been denied a try.
Wow.
You know, the Brian To'o.
Yeah.
Collected him on the head.
Did he?
Yeah. And
I'll have no bad words said about Brian To'o.
and he dropped, Sammy dropped the ball.
He still got it down, though, didn't he?
He got it down, but his foot went out. And then video ref Casey Badger, who's been stood down this week, said, I've cleared the contact, etc., etc. Most people were talking 1999.
Penalty try.
Jamie Ainscough.
Kick in front of the post. Yeah.
Didn't happen.
Was there a prettier sight than Jamie Ainscough? Unfortunately, most people didn't think so.
Unfortunately. But anyway, Sammy scores the try that puts them up by 2, and Jaden Campbell, Preston's son
who's a real wild card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, mercurial.
Incredible talent.
Love
yeah.
him.
He's only a little bloke, right? He's smaller than me, right?
He's wiry.
Wiry.
Wiry and diminutive.
Okay.
Like my ego. And he's lining up the kick that would put them up by 4 with less than 5 minutes to go, Stephen.
And that really was the big news of the week. Forget the Dragons.
Yes.
Right? Some clown in
Forget
a
the
yellow
khawd.
shirt decides to run straight in front of the kicker, looking ridiculous and looking embarrassed.
I liked his sidestep, though, when he realised he was running in front of the kicker.
Oh, shit. Oh, you know.
So Corey Bocking, and so we were arguing before, is this Bocking gate or blocking gate?
Yeah.
The strength and conditioning coach for the Penrith Panthers realises either unintentionally or intentionally he's run across the path.
And hasn't that been the debate? Was it deliberate or was it an accident?
Doesn't really matter, does it? You did the crime.
Yeah, yeah.
You do the time.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
And what is the penalty?
Well, the NRL has come down like a ton of bricks. Yeah. They've hit Penrith with a $50,000 fine.
Where does that money go? Is there a kitty somewhere where they just store it?
That goes to the end of
End of your
season
Christmas
trip.
party?
That's
Yeah,
right.
okay,
Yeah, and
right.
Abdo
Vegas.
Yeah,
Beauty. I couldn't afford to take my family.
You go, okay, NRL, we couldn't go to the actual tournament that we put on in Vegas, but we're going on an exploratory trip to Vegas now.
Yes, paid for by the Penrith Panthers.
And the champagne's on me.
And so who pays it? The club or does blocking?
Let me tell you, Corey would have been a lot more upset if it was him. No, it's the club.
The club, right.
But Corey's been stood down for the balance of the regular season, Stephen, for 5 games. And this is because of prior offences.
Right.
Remember Shane Elford's water on the ball in the Cowboys
that's right.
game?
Yes.
There was the Penrith trainer who stopped play because
You're not
of
saying
Mitch,
what I think you're saying here, Chris.
Mitch Kenny when Parramatta were coming home with a wet sail during the COVID era. There was the Penrith trainer who got involved with Jed Cartwright, I believe, when he was playing for the South Sydney Rabbitohs.
He's just come from Ivan?
Look, there's no bigger fan of Ivan Cleary than me, Stephen.
I know.
But on this particular occasion, this is all deliberate.
He's slipped up. He's been caught out.
These trainers, they live in fear of their lives.
Yeah.
Ivan's got all the information on him. He's got more than one over them. He's got several things over them.
Sure.
They do his bidding.
Okay.
Now, I'm not one for grand conspiracies, but when they brought in the 2-point field goal a few years ago,
yes,
I was livid.
PVL brought that in.
Yeah, PVL.
Yeah,
God, right?
yeah.
I was livid because why
It means you've got to go before the halfway point and kick the field goal.
from more than 40 metres out.
40, not 50.
Right.
Okay,
So,
sorry.
Stephen, let me just go.
I thought it was 50. Okay.
Let me just go through a quick lesson here. If you score a try under the post, how much is it worth?
4.
What if you score it in the corner?
4.
What if you kick a conversion in front of the posts?
2.
Kick from the corner?
2.
What if you kick a field goal from inside the 40-metre lane?
1.
Outside the 40-metre lane?
2.
The whole thing is just blown up, Stephen. It makes no sense. Makes no sense whatsoever.
It's about degrees of difficulty, though.
Unless you have Coach Reynolds on your team. Hello, Brisbane Broncos.
Yes.
Or
Nathan Cleary.
And
the Iceman cometh.
Well, as I said, the Iceman didn't come because he's never gone away. He's always there.
Okay.
And he's actually stepped back to make sure he doesn't incur on the line and kicks it.
Yeah.
Now,
did anybody run in front of him?
no. And maybe some of the Titans should have.
Should have run in front of him. The guy in a yellow shirt. Whee!
But Bocking, the logic goes,
Imagine
I know.
what happened if they'd done that to him.
If they don't convert, then it's only 2, and Volandis has set us up so that Nathan can kick the field goal, which will get us into extra time.
Yeah.
And then young Casey McLean will score a belter.
Right. Okay, that's another reason to march.
That's a big club theory.
Big club theory.
and we can march for the rights of trainers
Yeah.
or the elimination of trainers.
Yeah.
Because in the modern game, trainers do 2 things. Well, they do 3 things. They confuse the opposition.
They execute information.
Right, so you get that. Players can be chipped up.
Yeah.
And they can just get the audio from the chip from the coach,
Ooh.
like the Red Mist.
Can they?
Like Robbo and Cleary now. They'll be able to do that.
Wow.
And they need to stay hydrated, right?
Yeah.
Well, modern technology, you'll take a slow-acting pill that senses your lack of hydration and it will see.
Isn't there a Manly guy suing somebody for lack of hydration?
Yes, there is. Yeah.
Can you go into a comatose state for 2 days and not know about it?
Yeah. Lloyd Perrott, I think.
That sounds a bit questionable.
It sounds well. There's quite a few issues about Manly training region back in the day.
And I think there's another Ferris involved, isn't it?
Yeah, Dan
Ferris. Dan Ferris.
Yeah.
What's going on?
The nefarious.
Are there any trainers called Ferris?
Well, not yet.
No, there could be.
So we're either marching for the trainers or to have them
if we
eliminated
don't get
from
called
the
up by
game.
News Corp,
Yes,
trainers.
that's another. I don't know. I feel you fit the mold of a trainer better than I do.
Yes.
Trainers generally are former hookers and halves.
Yeah.
You don't.
Wiry little buggers.
Yeah, you don't see sort of too many rangy.
Alfie.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's it for me.
Well, I've just got a couple of
Have
shout-outs,
you?
Stephen.
Yes.
You know, I like to keep a tight ship here.
You do.
I made reference to the ACT suburb. It is definitely Braddon last episode, and Hastings definitely is in the UK. That's why they have the lions in the murals and the tapestries. You remember we were saying, why are there so many British lions?
And why?
Well, because they were there at the Battle of Hastings, imported previously by the Romans.
The circus pack.
That's right.
Yeah, let them loose.
I did a lot of research, and you can cock a snoot or a snook.
Either.
Either,
okay.
Either. But I just want to leave with just a sense of what a beautiful game we're all involved in, Stephen.
Yes.
And it's rugby league vocabulary is probably
Is
a
it
good
the
word.
beautiful game?
It is the beautiful game. Referee Sutton speaking to Mitch Moses in the Eels match during the last week. He goes, just listen to the vocab, which is the verbal communication coming from the referee.
He said that?
That's beautiful.
Whoa.
Buzz Rothfield talking about the owners of the Titans, the Frizzels. They need to fast track this issue relatively quickly, which I think is brilliant. But I want to leave the last word to Benny Elias, Stephen.
Oh, great.
He's a shining light. He was the first person to appear on Kenty's Tree, and he was back for an encore performance the other day.
He's been on our show.
He's been on our show.
Yeah.
And these are words to live by, Stephen.
Okay.
In rugby league, there's nothing worse than not knowing the unknown.
I think my brain just froze.
Fire up.
So tune in again next week when we invite a veritable breadline of nobodies and wannabes to flesh out another rip-snorting roundup of rugby league shenanigans, slander and smut, right here at the home of radio's most fatuous footy confab. Fire!